a break. Glad you're still watching Science Breakfast with me, Alan HERBERT. And the sign language interpreter this morning is Jedida Wafula. Now, these are the stories that are making headlines in the country. And we started off with the Law Society of Kenya, as it has proposed a separation of presidential election from others. Now, Kenyans may elect the president on a separate day from other positions should a proposal by the Law Society of Kenya get approval. Now, appearing before the National Dialogue Committee, various stakeholders pushed for speedy reconstitution of the polls body IEBC and an audit of last year's general elections.
2017, same actor, we reform something. 2022, a new president, same actor, we reform something. When does it stop? When do we stop crucifying Kenyans who we give mandates to carry out credible, free and fair elections? After every successive election, we are making IBC a death sentence.
We can look at the past, that is the 2022 election, and audit it, see what lessons we can learn from it and move forward with those lessons. Or we can say that we look at the framework, and I think the legislative framework requires a little bit of panel beating.
There is a need to always conduct an evaluation of the entire electoral process, not just on the presidential process itself. And this is informed by our reports, which keep talking about the process of voter registration, for instance, the process of voter education, and other processes in the elections, including the political party nominations.
In the event that the decision is not a corporate decision, meaning, say, there's a hung jury kind of situation in the commission, or a split jury kind of situation in the commission, what do we need to do going the next general election to put our country on a political and legal terra firma?
It is indeed true, we propose one term with members appointed immediately after election and political parties to nominate, and the chairman can be elected by the members. Our proposal is answering the trust deficit.
There is need to amend the provisions on qualifications for the appointment of the chairperson of the IEBC, because the current provision ring-fences that position to legal professionals alone.
But we are further saying that the selection panel needs to be obligated to expressly submit 6 names only for the position of the commission, and only 1 name for the name of the chairperson of the commission.
The Law Society will not be in support of any proposals to create such offices unless really they are made in such a manner that conforms and to the Constitution, and also are done in a manner that will promote the achievements of the objects of the Constitution.
A prime cabinet secretary, this one should head the government business and be accountable to Parliament to foster inclusivity and cooperation. But our strongest view is that the 290 constituencies and the 47 counties be protected in perpetuity. That we only speak about the overpopulated constituencies based on the population quota through the creation of new constituencies or additional members of Parliament.
The disposable income that is left to the ordinary mwananchi has shrinked significantly. How has the government responded to these difficulties that are faced through taxation to alleviate that suffering?
And away from that account of the bipartisan talks, now to Central Rift Valley Water Agency CEO Oruma ousted. Now, there was alleged gun drama Tuesday afternoon at the Central Rift Valley Water Development Agency offices in Nakuru after the agency board concluded that its embattled Chief Executive Officer Samuel Oruma proceed on a compulsory leave.
You can see my first year in office, we were the best performers in the ministry against the 300 status in Kenya. That is my record. No, I am the one in charge.
Yeah.
So I will record a statement if there is need. The same officer who was a senior officer that has written a letter to suspend Engineer Oruma have been on several occasions writing other letters, not only that one, asking the same board to push the CEO out, even including matters concerning tribal balance, which the CEO does not really control, because I got there when the same officers are there.
It's about 1.7 billion. The government has not lost any money. Actually, there is a saving. The only thing is the specifications of the materials were changed, probably without the full concurrence of all those involved.
And away from that to social health insurance bill sales to second reading. Now pushed by the government to fast-track the social health insurance bill got a major boost, with members of parliament from across political divides supporting the amendments. Now the bill, which seeks to establish a social security insurance authority to replace the current National Social Insurance Fund NHIF, passed at the second reading and is expected to be tabled before the committee of the whole House Wednesday.
The Social Health Insurance Bill of 2023 seeks to accelerate the progress that we have made in these reforms and actualize universal health coverage. NHF has also turned to be potentially financially unsustainable under its current structure. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that the government proposed to have a paradigm shift, a complete paradigm shift in the provision of social health insurance.
The elephant in the room is corruption. If that is sorted out, you will see every Kenyan will get quality service in the healthcare by the healthcare providers, Madam Speaker. Until we bite the bullet and we deal with the cartels and the corruption in the health sector, nothing will change. I can promise you. But in my view, let us not also condemn the whole institution of NHIF as it is today. It has also done some good work. So let us sieve the chaff from the wheat. This bill, I expected a transition clause that says that the people who are working on NHIF are deemed to have, when the new institution is created, they are no longer in service, but they should be given priority in accordance with their qualification and competence.
The proposal to have a mandatory 2.75% monthly contribution from the employees' basic salaries for the health scheme is excessive and will further strain the taxpayer.
Currently, our tax system lacks predictability, which poses difficulties for both individuals and businesses, as it heavily relies on financial legislation introduced annually.
Away from the NHIF bill, now to Musalia Mudavadi objects to amendments to the Anti-Graft Laws Act. Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has called for withdrawal of two bills by Peter Opondo Kaluma and Geoffrey Ruku, calling for the amendment of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, terming them retrogressive. In an apparent expression of the executive's support for the Commission and other state agencies, Mudavadi said the Conflict of Interest Bill 2023, approved by Cabinet if passed by Parliament, will help strengthen the fight against corruption. Here are the full details.
I kindly request the two members of Parliament to consider withdrawing their bills. We must remember that we can only defeat corruption if we stand together in unity of purpose and effort.
As you've been told, we are only about 700 people who are working in EACC. We are 45 million, going to 50 million Kenyans. A significant percentage of those people are working day and night to steal our resources. 700 of us cannot stop them because we cannot be everywhere.
Yesterday, I witnessed the swearing of the DPP. I was with the chairman, the Prime Cabinet Secretary was there, and the President talked of nothing but telling the DPP, you have to work with the other agency to address this problem called corruption. In the entire speech, he was talking about corruption, corruption, corruption.
MCAs move motion to impeach Nyamira Governor Amos Nyaribo. Now, a motion to impeach Nyamira Governor Amos Nyaribo has been tabled before the Nyamira County Assembly Tuesday. Now, SCC member of County Assembly Josiah Mangera tabled the motion to have Governor Nyaribo ousted from office on 9 grounds, including abuse of office. Here are pictures from Nyamira County.
A notice of motion to consider, debate and approve a motion for removal of the Governor, His Excellency Amos Nyaribo, from office of County Governor, Nyamira County.
It's only in Nyamira where there are no functional street lights at all. It's only in Nyamira where an ECD teacher is paid 25 million as a month as a special salary. So we are not doing this because of personal reasons with the governor, or we are not pushed from any quarter to do this. This is out of our own conscience as leaders, elected leaders.
On that note, we come to the end of what is making headlines in the country. We can know when we come back from the break, we're gonna be bringing you news that are making headlines in the dailies. Keep it signs and we'll be back after the break.